What is going on, guys? We are the Bozos, and I am Bozo.
And I am Mux, and you probably are recognising us. That's because we are formerly the Fifa Bozos. But tell them what's happening on this channel, Boz.
We certainly are now. As you may well know, we used to do FIFA videos. We really enjoyed doing that, but then it became a bit stale. You know, we didn't enjoy it quite as much. As you can see in the background here, we have a bit of UFC, but that's not all, is it, Mux?
It certainly isn't, mate. We've got plenty of action coming up for you. We've got Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Absolutely loving that game. If you've never played it, never seen it, it's completely different to any other Call of Duty, and it's very, very addictive. Give me some more games, Boz.
Well, we've got some pairs, we'll have other game reviews for you. We've got, as I say, FIFA still will obviously form a decent part of this channel, because getting a bit stale wasn't necessarily the only reason we stopped. We stopped because I was heading off to uni. We thought it would have been impossible to carry on. We've since got over that with getting another Elgato, and now we are able to be back recording, and we are really looking forward to this.
We certainly are, lads. If you can see on the screen, it's Carlos Condit versus Tyrone Woodley. I'm Carlos Condit, Bose is Tyrone Woodley. And if you've played UFC, if you haven't, it's either way, it's a good watch. And I think it's a great game. Sorry,
Yeah, this is a real... Sorry, Mutz, do carry on.
Yeah, I was just about to say it was a nice touch of gloves there. I thought I pronounced his name wrong, but it's not. It is Tyrone. Carry on, Bose.
Well, this is a really good game, as Mutz has said. Now, the good thing about this game is that it's... if you've played the Fight Night series of games, I guess it is kind of similar to that. The buttons sort of, I guess, take a bit of getting used to, but once you're into them, you know, it's not too difficult anymore. And Mux lives in fear of Tyrone Woodley. You know, we played a couple of games the other night as well, and he took a couple of beatings off Tyrone, so he was really looking to put it right in this one.
I certainly was. I mean, he takes a few beatings, lads. I won't tell you what the exact score actually was. A few flying knees going in there. Like Bo says, the controls are hard to get used to, but it's like riding a bike. You know, if you get used to it, it's easy and it just comes naturally. And, you know, the natural born killer, Carlos Condit, is a bit of an animal. And he's going to show you what he's about in this fight right here.
He certainly is, and lads, now feel free to watch that in the background, though. Obviously, you know, that's not the main reason that we're here. What we're here is to talk to you about our new channel. So, you know, if you've got any suggestions for anything that you'd like to see in particular on various games, then do hit us up with those. Now, the sorts of things that we're going to be looking at doing is, you know, on FIFA, we're going to bring you some career mode content. We're going to bring you some ultimate team content, maybe montages, maybe squad builders, that kind of thing. In addition to that, we're going to bring you Call of Duty content. That may be 1v1s between me and Mux. It may be some online gameplay. It could be any of those things, and the same with Pez as well. So if you've got any suggestions for anything you'd like to see on any of those games, do let us know in the comments down below.
Also, lads, I'm going to let you know, last night I had a bit of I fancied a new game. I didn't know what game to buy, you know. So I was on PSN to Bose, speaking away on party chat, and you know, I thought, you know, I'm going to buy Rugby 15. You know, I didn't look at it, didn't think about it, thought sounds alright, jumped straight in. Lads don't.
Whoa, Mux.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I think you should tell the lads how much you spent on Rugby 15.
Well, you see, the thing is, lads, it's not actually out yet in hardened version. You can get it for $54.99. I'm afraid. So, if you've got $54.99, I recommend not buying it on that game. We'll bring you some of that footage, lads, and you know, it doesn't make for good viewing, does it, Bose?
It certainly does not, but we will be bringing you footage of that because we're also looking at doing some game reviews. I mean, both of us have played a lot of games in our time, and you know, if that's something that you're interested in, you want to know whether you should buy the latest game, if we've played it, we'll most certainly be letting you know in video form, so that should be good as well. Now, also as usual, we're back on Twitter, aren't we, Mux? I was going to call you Bose.
We certainly are, Mux. Yeah, we're back on Twitter. We are at the _ Bozos, all in capitals apart from the underscore, because you know you couldn't have a capital underscore. And if you look at the screen at the moment, lads, Tyrone Woodley, I like to call him Tyrone because of Coronation Street, just a bit of a stupid thing. And look at his head, it's red, it's redder than well, red really. What do you reckon, Bose?
I would say it is red. I would arguably say it's redder than red. Anyway, what we can see is that's the end of the round there. Now, I was holding on a bit at that point, but it's 5-minute rounds when you play against one another on the online game mode, so there's plenty of time for me to get back in this one. My friend Sammy95 did join a party, so that was all good news for him. Now, we carried on into the second round, and I was really just looking to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, the good thing I like about this game, lads, is I'd never really watched UFC before, and I've seen a few clips on YouTube, like, as you will, but I started playing this game, it got me really into the sport. Not playing it, because, you know, it's a bit violent, but following up a few of the fighters, watching a few fights, and it can be a good way to get you into a new sport. And it is different. And yeah, well,
go on, Mux. Nah, cut me off again. Nah, go on.
I apologise, Bose. You know, I was just going to say that if anyone does do UFC, I have great respect and admiration for him because it's an hard sport and it's just hard, really.
Absolutely. I mean, when I took it up being the animal that I am, you said, you know, got great respect and admiration for you, but I was banned for being too stacked. So, yeah, you know, anyone who does do it out there, great respect to them. But as you can see, the fight was progressing on at this point. It had been reasonably even, though Mux had probably had the better of me at this stage.
Yeah, I'd say so. Also, lads, the FIFA series sort of thing will probably be coming out as probably our next episode, I would have thought. What are you thinking, Bose?
Yeah, I would say that our next video will be that. Now, it's a take on career mode. It's our own special take on it because, as you can appreciate, it won't just be one career mode in that, you know, we're several tens of miles away from one another. So what it will involve is 2 distinct career modes linked together. So yeah, I hope that whets the appetite. Stay tuned for that. That will probably be up over the weekend or in and around that sort of time frame.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Like Bo said, that if there's any games, lads, that you lads have played and you feel like there isn't any YouTube content out there for it, you know, we'll bring that to you. We'll go out and we'll get the game. I mean, Rugby 15, I can guarantee, lads, there'll be no YouTube footage on that because nobody will be playing it. But other games, also a big game we loved, and we absolutely loved it, was Don Bradman Cricket on PlayStation 3. And we've heard that they're going to bring it out in February, so there'll be plenty, and I mean plenty, of footage for that, won't there, Bows?
There most certainly will. Now, the great thing about the channel in many ways is if you're not a fan of, you know, a certain style of video, if you have no interest whatsoever in the UFC videos, you don't have to watch them. But stay tuned for when there's FIFA videos, or stay tuned for when there's PES videos, or, you know, if you're a Rugby 15 fan out there and you look forward to those videos, then you go absolutely wild then when they are released.
Yeah, certainly do, lads. The one thing I'll probably say about Rugby 15 is the fact that Bo's quite, you know, we went on SharePlay, which is a great thing. We've used it a few times now. It's good, it's handy. But Bo's went on it and he said to me that if I plugged his PS2 in and played Rugby 08, then he'd see no difference. In fact, Rugby 08 was probably better. And I'm talking graphically and in-game. What are your thoughts, Bo? Are you agreeing with me there?
Yeah, I could definitely say that I agree with that. So if you're looking at the quality and you're thinking, bloody hell, these lads produce some poor quality videos, then no, we don't.
We don't.
The
and
people
also,
who
lads,
do
if you look,
produce poor quality graphics are Rugby. Yeah, go on, Mux, cut me off again. Good lad.
so I just wanted to let everyone know, if you look at the screen there, lads, Carlos Condit's just picked up the win with a monster hit and a kick on back head, just for good measure. I've watched this one, lads. Won it there. Boom, right up. That's him. Oh yeah.
Now, lads, I don't know if any of you are UFC enthusiasts, but you tell me, is that against the questionable rules? I'm going to say kicked at back at head. It's at least unsporting conduct.
I'd probably say it is, but you know, I had to pick up the win. I was getting nervous. I didn't want to go the distance because he could have got me on the distance. It was quite a close fight, and yeah. Also, lads, one of the episodes we're going to be doing UFC wise it's going to be how long can you be unbeaten for with a certain fighter? So I could be Carlos Condit or whoever, and Bo's has got to try and beat me or whoever he is with.
I certainly do. That is one of the many things that you've got to look forward to. We have many, many, many games coming to you, and we're going to bring those all to you in the coming days, the coming weeks. So do subscribe, do stay tuned. Our Twitter will go in the link down below. For now, we've been the Bozos. I've been Bozo.
I've been Mux, and any apologies for, you know, it's not been as crisp, it's not been our best video, but we're just getting back into the swing of things, and we do apologise for that.